shine some light on the situation. What's up? What's up? How y'all doing? It's your boy Jay Young. I'm glad to be here this morning with you. I hope you guys are doing amazing, having an amazing day already. If this catches you early, look, go out and grind today. I got a special message for you all today. It's a training, it's some value, it's some information I think you really need to hear. I think you'll really appreciate. So here it goes. Everybody knows what to do. For the most part, everybody knows how to do it. So in any business, organization, anything you want in life, any goal in life, you know what to do and you know how to do it for the most part. And those are the easiest parts. Like, that's the easiest thing to figure out, what to do and how to do it. You can find that information easily, right? For the most part, we already know, so let's just bring it more to a head here. So, you're marketers, maybe you're an affiliate marketer, maybe you're a network marketer, maybe you own your own brick and mortar business. I don't know, but you got a personal business, right? You have a company that you're trying to build or grow. For the most part, you may sell a product or service. So you know what to do. You know that you're selling a product or a service, right? You know how to do it. Your company has a training. Your company has steps, whatever. There's a process to it, right? And you know what to do. So you know what to do and you know how to do it, right? So what we find that happens is that there's this gap. There's this gap between knowing and doing. And everybody, everybody has this gap. I think it exists everywhere. I think every great person out there that you've ever encountered, every story you've ever heard, they've encountered this gap. So what's the gap? What's that gap between knowing and doing? What's that all about? I mean, I want you to think about it. There's a picture in the beginning of this video of somebody standing on the edge of a diving board, right above a pool. And I think back to, just my childhood, or even now, the beginning of the summer comes around and it's your first day at the pool, right? So your first day at the pool, obviously, you know what to do, right? It's a pool, it's a diving board. You know what to do. You know how to do it. All you got to do is jump off the end of this thing. You're going to end up in the water, start having a great time, right? Simple. You know what to do. You know how to do it. So what's that fear about? Why do you stand at the end of the diving board and wait a minute? Huh? Why? Why do you stand at the diving board and wait a minute? It's a 4-letter word. We all have heard it. We've all dealt with it. What's in that gap? What's in that gap is fear. Fear. Fear is the one thing that keeps holding us back. False evidence appearing real. Fear. That's what's in the gap. All right? That gap is holding you back. That gap is keeping you from enjoying the next step, the next phase. If you're standing on that diving board and you're hesitating, you got a line of people in the back of you. Come on, let's go. Let's move already. Maybe since you've been on that diving board, you're waiting in line. You saw other people get up there. You saw others get up there and they dived. Some of them, they jumped right off. No big deal. They did a special move and everything. You saw some professional people. They got up there and they did the no splash boy on you. Everybody has the exact same thing. They know what to do and how to do it. But most of us can't tame that gap. Most of us can't bridge that gap. Most of us have a hard time bridging that gap. So I'm asking you today to look for it, to look for that gap, that fear. Look for it, because the only way that you can get from knowing to doing is to bridge that gap of fear. You got to do it. Every great person out there, every one of them, talks about fear. Nelson Mandela. You can't name a person who is not great in this society, in this world. Nelson Mandela, Michael Jordan, Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, you name them, they've all dealt with it. If they're successful in any form or fashion, if they have some form of, I made it happen, this changed my life, they have dealt with this gap of fear. It's all about how you bridge the gap, I'm telling you. So figure out how to bridge that gap, that fear gap. False evidence appearing real. It's not real. The bridging of it is taking a step. having faith, believing in something bigger than yourself. You may not know what's going to happen, but I guarantee if you bridge that gap, you move over to the side of doing, things will change. Your life changes in the most amazing way. If we go back to the illustration of a pool, when you jump, when you finally do dive into the water, yeah, it might be exhilarating at first. It might be cold, freezing water. But shortly after, and I mean shortly after that little bit of discomfort moment, you had a time in your life. At least that's been my experience and the experience of every other great person out there. And I just believe that they're no different from me. All the greats out there are no different from me. Each and every one of us get 86,400 seconds in a day. And it's a matter about how well you use those seconds. How bad you want to bridge that gap of fear. Because if you can bridge the gap of fear, you can have whatever you want, be whatever you want, do whatever you want. If freedom is what you want, you can have it. But you got to bridge that gap of fear. You got to bridge it. You know what to do. You know how to do it. The only way you get from the what to the how and start getting things done is if you bridge that gap of fear. It's false evidence appearing real. False evidence. Go out there and be great today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the tip. Share it with somebody you know. I'm sure it can help out. I hope it helps out somebody, all right? I appreciate you guys' time. I'll see you tomorrow.